Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, and we got a little bit of free time on our hands. I thought it would be fun for us to do a live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. We've got some sunlight like beaming down above us right here. It's like the gods or God, because there's only one, are smiling down upon us. Uh, that, or he's causing the serendipitous effect of a light bulb effect to magnify his glory. Good deal, good deal. Um, so I've got Kenny Lauderdale's Kentoshi review going on in the background. I've got we're gonna get really crazy tonight. Let me show you something here. It's our 177th live stream. So I'm like, we got to play some Final Fantasy VII stuff. And for that reason, I have grabbed Final Fantasy VII, The Dirge of Cerberus, right here. I think this is a very underrated game. It's got that Advent Children swagger to it. I was always more of a fan of the pixel, not pixel, the polygonal PlayStation Final Fantasy. But I did like the Advent Children stuff as well. And I'm not saying like we're going to be exclusively Final Fantasy VII tonight, because I am kind of itching to play some visual novels, although that's almost certainly going to make me drowsy. But I have put on a pot of coffee, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. But I do think it might be fun. I haven't played Dirge of Cerberus in a minute, and by a minute I mean like 10 years. But I really liked it when I played it, so I thought it might be fun to play some Dirge of Cerberus on the stream. Sinister, my friend on the West Side, how the heck are you? My buddy on the West Coast. Always a pleasure to have you. Shoemaker, how the hell are you, my friend? My week has actually been good. It was Spirit Week at school. So that gave me an excuse to wear all kinds of random crap that I love to wear. I got to wear pajamas to school. I got to wear, like, a Hawaiian shirt, which was nice. What was Tuesday? Can't remember. Something. I can't remember what Tuesday was. But I wore some pretty interesting stuff all the different days. Nick Darling, how was Heroes and Villains today? It was great. Hang on, let me show you some of my pictures. I'll be right back. Well, first off, I got Gunbuster. I've been getting some like random, really cool anime stuff at Heroes and Villains. So I've been getting like Japanese Gundam figurines and like just random old Japanese anime DVDs, because the comic shop kind of lucked into these things. So part of me wants to really promote Heroes and Villains for having unique merchandise, and then another part of me doesn't want anyone to know that this cool stuff is there because I want to buy it all. So I'm kind of like walking this tightrope of, I want to give my friends business, but I don't want people buying the stuff that I want. So it's kind of, I don't know. But yeah, Heroes and Villains was awesome. I grabbed my pictures. I'll be right back. So, for those of you who don't know, and I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably like a fan of the channel, so you do know. I like to frequent Cortland's comic shop, Heroes and Villains, and I sell like my artwork there every so often. So, I sold some Sonic and Madonna. It's actually really funny because like Madeline Schroeder, who I hate because she got rid of Madonna, was like didn't want Madonna because she figured like little kids wouldn't buy Sonic because she was too risque. And like when I see the moms walking by, they always like don't want to buy the Madonna Sonic picture. So from a marketing perspective, she's probably right for the United States, but from an aesthetic and creative perspective, screw her and her U.S. close-mindedness. Not that the U.S. is close-minded, so adults will buy it. Yes, they will. This is another cool one I had for sale. Batman, Joker, and Harley Quinn. This was another one I had for sale. Let's see. Regular Show. This was one I had for sale. This is one that people tend to like. Biohazard, Resident Evil. And then also one of my personal favorites, we have Columbo right here. So I do love me some Columbo. So you do like the Biohazard one. Everyone likes the Biohazard one. But I also like me some Columbo too. So one more thing. So, I noticed that, you're wearing shoes and your shoes are untied. And I found a shoelace at the murder scene and it smells like cheese. And you smell like cheese. So I think I'll just be going home now. Yes, there you go. Dude, my freaking 480i to HDMI thing is like, I don't know, man. I think this thing is kind of having some issues. Your Trunks Vegeta is still hanging up. Thank you. That is very cool that you patronized me. It's an oldie but a goodie. X-Force right here. Not X-Force, X-Factor. X-Factor. Steel Ball Run right here. Johnny Joestar. Wolverine kissing Jean Grey. Drawing people kissing is really hard, but this one worked out. This is why one of my highest viewed videos on YouTube is this artwork right here to Back to You, the closing credits to Japanese X-Men. So, recently reinstated into AEW. It's the Elite right here. So we got some elite fan art right here. So, yeah. So I'm sure this will lead us to a whole rant on current events in AEW wrestling. Cool aesthetic Simba right here. Avenge my death, Kimba. I mean Simba. Do you sell prints of heroes and villains or sell the originals? Well, I sell everything for $5. I have a table full of prints and then I draw requests. So, I don't know, like this, I can just I'll draw someone something here's Jolene, from JoJo, and I'm gonna color her and make a, I'm gonna I was just sketching this in my free time at the comic shop, but I'm gonna turn this into something. I'll color it with my phone and then probably make a video out of it or something. But I do caricatures of people and stuff, and yeah, good time is had by all. Was that Columbo? Yes, it was. I love me some Columbo. Chuck Columbo? You mean Chuck Palumbo? Yeah. Do you hate it? Do you hate it when a friend does that thing where they send several different photos to you on social media in the DM that you can't properly even watch the first clip? Yeah, that's always kind of weird. I do have some friends that will send me just random stuff on social media, and I'll kind of usually see what it is, and I don't always watch it unless it looks really awesome. Arrow, how the hell are you, my good friend? Be on the lookout because International Channel and I were interviewed, and our good friend Edo did that. Josh is on there. Hey, Josh, how you doing? My good friend. Yes, hi, me, passery. Yes, everyone wants to be a passery right there. So, you've been busy running tournaments, so you haven't been able to pop in much. What kind of tournaments have you been running? It's very cool that you're doing that. Arrow, my goal is to play some visual novels tonight. I got a pot of coffee going, but since it is our 177th live stream, I thought it would be fun to play an obscure Final Fantasy VII game, The Dirge of Cerberus, right here. starring Vincent and Gact right here. So yeah, Gact actually did the music to this, and it was really cool because I remember the commercial for this game actually had the Gact song. An 8-team 2v2 elimination tournament, about a month of prep work. Very cool, very cool. Now, while Heroes and Villains is Cortland's number one comic shop and just generally awesome place, Cortland did get another kind of a nerd store. It's made a comeback. This used to be the place that I would go to buy anime tapes and Kanye West CDs. Yeah, yeah, that's a good combo, especially any plans for Halloween. I am going to be Bowser, and Santino is going to be Nabbit. Anyway, this place is called Area 51. And I mean, the comic shop is number one in my heart always. But I did buy this corn shirt there because nothing says Area 51 like a corn shirt and Dungeons and Dragons trading cards. So I got that as well. Area 51 is back. Yes, it is. It is actually underneath the comic shop. No, it's not. Yeah, it's underneath Disorderly Conduct. So yeah, before Heroes and Villains, which is the best store ever, there was like a collectible store that nerds went to called Area 51. And it was in a clock tower, and then the clock tower burned down, and then it moved to Main Street. And apparently, like, it just was a local business that just, I don't know, couldn't hang on for a whole host of reasons. And now there's this awesome factory that's rehabilitated. And it's got like jujitsu gyms and the comic shop I love and all this other place. So now Area 51 has decided to come back. Now my thing is like Disorderly Conduct, where I box and do jujitsu, is upstairs from like another gym that's more of like the vibe of like college students who want to get in shape, and like our gym and their gym can like coexist because we're like different enough. And so my hope is that Area 51 and Heroes and Villains can like peacefully coexist as well because they really are like different vibes. Like Heroes and Villains is like that's a place where it's like a new comics, but it's also got that kind of like garage sale vibe, and I mean that in a very good way because you can find awesome random shit there that you would like never expect to find. Like, I buy like, I got, for example, the entire Zeta Gundam series, like subtitled in Chinese, like, and this like G Gundam figurine. Yeah, Disorderly Conduct is the WCW tag team. Yes, that is like the thing is the logo of the gym is a pair of brass knuckles, so I always feel kind of worried about wearing it to work because it's like technically our dress code for school says like no weapons, but I just lie and say it's like a candle holder is what it is. It's not brass knuckles, it's a candle holder, and birthday cakes and so on. So yeah. Are you one of the many complaining about Chris Pratt and Jack Bowser? I honestly have not seen Chris Pratt's Mario voice. I've seen some clips of the Mario movie. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Like, if you ask me, Lou Albano should be voicing Mario, but he's 89 and he's dead. So there's nothing we can do about it. I know. Speaking of wrestling comics, did you ever see the WWF comics about the Ultimate Warrior? I never saw an actual copy of one. I did see, like, people on YouTube talking about them. I want to say that, like, there's something about the Ultimate Warrior eating flesh or something. Like, it's just weird, crazy stuff, Yeah, I wish WCW did more with the Ultimate Warrior. They definitely had options with him. Especially since you had the Ultimate Warrior and Bret Hart. So the hardest thing, so like the thing WCW had to do to really beat WWF was properly use Bret Hart. So so they brought like Ultimate Warrior and Bret Hart at right about the same time. So they had Ultimate Warrior working with Hogan. So what does that mean? You have Bret Hart work with Sting. That's what you do. Like, Bret Hart goes for the title. He fights Sting. Hulk Hogan fights the Ultimate Warrior. And, you even could have, like, had, like, with that botched, fireball spot that Hogan and Warrior did, I have no idea why they didn't send Bret Hart out to help Hogan. Because they did do like Hogan Hart versus Warrior Sting as a tag match, so like that would have made perfect sense. But it just, I don't know. It's really sad that WCW didn't really capitalize on all their stuff. But yeah, no, Heroes and Villains is great. And Area 51 is more of a board game store. I mean, there's definitely like overlap. But they're like different vibes, so I'm confident that they can get along with each other. Yeah, Cortland's got cool stores, But not Area 51. Heroes and Villains today had this bitchin' Halloween Comic Con that was great. Like, there was a girl that was like dressed up like Rouge the Bat and like this really cool like cosplay. I thought she was like a Tatsunoko character. And I'm like, are you from a Tatsunoko anime? She's like, no, I'm Rouge the Bat. Draw me Sonic, So it's like, so I drew her like a Shadow the Hedgehog. I got a ton of requests for Sonic today, which is great because Sonic is like a character that I love to draw. And then there's a really cool Vietnamese American comic artist. He draws a comic book called Alpha Red. It's like a Christian comic where the hero kind of looks like an Image guy. Like an Image comic guy from the 90s. And so it's like next to him, and it's just so cool to just like draw what you love and just like shoot the shit with like other comic artists who are there for like the same reason you are. And then you have just like lines of people just wanting you to draw them or draw stuff for them. It's like really just a phenomenal experience. And the owners at Heroes and Villains are just like the warmest, nicest, coolest people. So, yeah, I had a really good time today. And then Santino stopped by with Serafina and my wife. So Santino is Nabbit and Serafina is Princess Daisy. So I have my, like, Bowser mask hanging in the background, like the Aztec mask from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, like, I'm going to have to, like, make sure no blood gets on that so I don't, like, turn into a vampire. But I'm going to wear that, taking Santino around for trick-or-treating. And then there is going to be, it's like a costume day at school on Monday. So I think I'm going to wear my Luigi costume then. So that'll be fun. Yeah, just comics seem pretty good. Why don't we, before we get down to more ranting and gaming, take a trip to the kitchen while I get a cup of coffee? So, yeah, I really want to watch Kentoshi from, like, start to finish. It's one of those animes that, like, I think someone uploaded it on the Internet Archive because of the Kenny Lauderdale video. And every time I read, I fall asleep. Like, I can't help it. So, subtitled anime, if I read it in bed, if I, like, have it on my phone in bed or something, I'm going to pass out within 10 minutes. And so every time I try to watch Kentoshi, I do that. Honestly, full disclosure, I watch, to fall asleep, I watch, like, late night 1-900 commercials and infomercials on my phone, like from the 80s. Like, that's what I do. Like Psychics, Pretty Girls, and Paninis is what I fall asleep to on my phone, to like VHS quality and soothing sounds. So yeah, good times. So actually I should get this Jolene off the floor before I spill coffee on it, because I actually I like some of the sketches I did today. I'm coloring on my phone, and I did another one of like Wolverine, kind of in like JoJo style, when I was just bored and had some downtime. So I'm gonna like color these two and have some fun. Did you see Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan? Yes, I did, and Shawn Michaels is a bitch. I've heard like interesting, okay. Like I would say I'm a born again Christian and a Catholic. Okay, I was raised Catholic. I still am Catholic, but I went to a born again Christian high school. Where do you do the drawings? Um, like at the comic shop. So next time I'll be drawing at the comic shop directly is so every once in a while I'll stop by and sometimes I'll just like draw and the owner Steve will do a video. Um, like the hallway. So if you walk up the factory, you walk in the factory on the Never Eat Soggy on the west side. Nice work. Yeah. On the west side. Yeah, that's right, my brother in Christ. Like you go and like walk up the stairs. So you walk past the pottery place, there's a hallway, and then there's a flight of stairs. And if you walk up those stairs, you're gonna be in like this factory hallway, and that's where the comic shop is. So the hallway outside the comic shop, they set up these artists, of which I am one. And we all have our tables and we all like draw. And like, oh, there's this really like the girl who was dressed up like Rouge the Bat, like was selling these like Sailor Moon purses. So I'm not gonna use this as an actual purse, but I got it for the comic for like the game room. So I just thought this like looked cool to like hang up. So, except like Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's cool. And if I ever do decide to use a European carry-all, there you go. It's not a purse. It's a carry-all. It's very masculine. All right, but it's actually just gonna be in here as a plushy decoration. So. But yeah, I think like so Shawn Michaels is supposed to be like a Christian and stuff, but like the spirit's willing and the flesh is weak, and judge not lest ye be judged, and all that other stuff. But I've definitely heard shoot interviews where even though Shawn Michaels was like, supposedly like converted, it sounds like he'd be a real douchebag sometimes, like but I don't know, like I guess he comes from a cold-blooded, period in pro wrestling. I like Shawn Michaels as a performer. I always preferred Bret Hart though. I always thought that Shawn Michaels had more range in his moveset, but Bret Hart was able to execute all of his moves with more charisma and precision. So, yeah. By the way, everyone from Puff Daddy to Mace, whom you admire, to Kanye to 50, and M and Dre and Ross are all Christians. I wonder why they don't stick together the way Muslims pretend to do. Yeah, good question, man. I agree, man. 50 Cent professes to be a Christian because he's not a good one. He's constantly like antagonizing people for attention. That like I don't know, man. Like he's got some stuff, and like he's like Puff Daddy in the sense that he's not technically a very good rapper, but he is a good presence on a song when properly inserted into it. Now Puff Daddy's a producer, so he knows how to insert himself into songs. 50 Cent benefits from working with good producers. But I don't think his flow is particularly good or his lyrics are particularly good. But he has definitely been in good songs and made good songs. But his whole vibe I just don't like. Why are Puff Daddy and Mace are fighting now or some shit? Like I follow Mace on Instagram and I don't know what's going on. I'll be friends with and defend anyone regardless of beliefs. I agree with that, and I have a wide array of friends as well. I think as long as you are having humility and treating other people the way that you'd want to be treated, you're on a path to at least be Christ-like, even if you don't know you're being Christ-like. So I think that that's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, on the topic of Kanye, it's so weird. Like he did, honestly, I think in Sinister. I mean, I know that I think you're like Jewish and African American, right? So I think you'll have like a unique perspective on this. Like, I feel that there are at times problems with racism and anti-Semitism within African American parts of the culture, like the hip hop culture, the Nation of Islam culture. And I feel like Kanye kind of vaguely talked some shit on Instagram, which is like really, really stupid. And that was like really unfortunate because I thought he did a really good interview on Tucker Carlson, at least from the clips I saw of it. And I think everyone's kind of like, yes, you are racially, or so I'm told. Yeah. Um, but it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's really unfortunate. Like he said, like if you like watch, he said like I'm gonna go like DEFCON 3 on Jewish people or something like that, which is like really stupid. And it's like, Nick Cannon said much worse stuff. Farrakhan said a lot worse stuff. But that's not an excuse, man. That's like really stupid shit to say. But the thing is, I feel like because Kanye is a free thinker with money, and he tends to at times support conservatives. Um, yeah. It's funny because Kanye identifies as Jewish. He talks about African Americans being a tribe of Israel. And in his Pierce Morgan interview, Kanye does have good and bad points in general, which is why I think he likes Trump because he's very similar to Trump. Seriously, he'll say like good things and then kind of be like outside the box and interesting, and then he'll say something really stupid. And it's like those things kind of compete with each other. His Pierce Morgan interview I thought was great though, not because of everything that he said, but because it was just an interesting interview. And I mean, there is, like I think from his point of view, he's a free thinker who thinks highly of himself with a lot of money, but at the same time, he is like I think stressed out and angry because he's kind of got a target on him because he is potentially advocating something that could be good and deeply problematic for the establishment, which would be to marry the Trump voter base to African Americans. Because if you can merge the white working class and the African American working class together, because they're both alienated in similar ways but have different experiences, and if those two groups could get together, they could really make some problems for the social and economic establishment. And so I feel like keeping those two groups racially divided and angry, like if you take a look at like 2020 when COVID was going on, you had the BLM protests, which, I mean, if you're advocating for like racial justice and stuff like that peacefully, that's fine. If you're burning down your own communities, I think that's incredibly stupid and cannibalistic and not good. And it's bad for your movement because there's people who worked very hard for what they have and then it's getting attacked. And then you have like the Trump people, like the January 6 people who, they attacked a symbol of corruption because they were stirred up with information that was factually wrong, but in terms of specifics, but was in general correct in the sense that the 2020 election was not fair. Not because of all these like weird, like it's not like Venezuela didn't hack any voting machines or any shit like that. But what did happen is you had the intelligence community and the mass media colluding together for 4 years to poison people against Donald Trump, of which Trump sometimes contributed to that through his own bravado. And then basically working together to bury stories that were hurting Joe Biden and just basically trying to destroy Donald Trump. Okay. So the whole system was rigged against him. And he should just have declassified documents and said like, here, they're falsely accusing me of being a Russian spy and all this other stuff. Like that's what he should have done. But instead, being, the pissing contest king that he is, he wanted to try to beat his opponents at their own game and put himself in a bad position. Like, what this reminds me of? Like the first debate, like after all those riots where like black communities were like burned down and shit like that, like, and like people were getting afraid because like stuff was like kind of like bleeding into like of like parts outside of like, it was bad when they were burning down black communities, but it's like now it's like going into the suburbs and shit like that. It's like, so it's like you're just gonna like burn like the working and middle class communities. Like, what are you doing? So like that was like not cool, and Biden was very flat-footed and just out to lunch and just fucking up the world, and with his like commentary or whatever. And so all Trump really had to do was just like keep his mouth shut. Fighting fire with fire makes a fire bigger. You are correct, Sinister. You should write fortune cookies with that wisdom, and I mean that. And I mean that as a high compliment because I've read some really shitty fortune cookies. I wish he would have condemned David Duke earlier. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Trump was also like wildly misquoted. Like I remember when like Trump would do like the Southern strategy. He would like want racists to vote for him while not being racist overtly. You know, they did misquote Charlottesville. Yeah, they completely did because Trump was like, there are good people here. Not the not the Klan guys. Like he specifically said, not the white racists. You know, but there's also good people here. But then what they did on the media was just like saying, "Oh, Trump's supporting like neo-Confederate, you know, fascists or whatever." Yeah, people still believe he said the Klan was good. No, he specifically said that was not the case. You know, but this is what I'm saying. It's like he still says stupid stuff. Trump still says incredibly stupid stuff. And for all his bravado, he always like breaks down. Like he wouldn't pardon Assange. He wouldn't pardon who's the other guy in Russia? Snowden. You know, like because ultimately the forces that are against him are stronger than him, and he wants to deal with them because he wants power for himself, and he wants to play ball and all this other shit like that. That's just kind of my take on things. Yeah, it was disappointing. It was really disappointing. But I think the reason he did it was because he allowed January 6th to put himself in a weak position where he could get impeached again. And now it's like, if he wants to run for office again, he can't get impeached. You know, they're already doing this kangaroo court shit with like January 6th. You know, to try to get him not to run again. I think going out of your way to get rid of statues is a huge FU. I don't like that way of thinking. Yeah, it's dumb. I mean, like, because this is the thing. Like, different symbols mean different things to different people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is like going on in Ukraine, too. It's like, you know, like, if you take a look, like, for one person looking at something, it's like, this is racist and bad. But another person can interpret a symbol of, like, this represents resistance in our culture. You know what I'm saying? And they don't necessarily embrace the bad parts of it. And it's the same thing within like, you know, left movements that like have the hammer and sickle or something like that. Because like to them, it represents like, you know, a working class state. But for someone else looking at that, it represents Stalin's terror. You know, like, so symbols are like very charged and mean different things to different people. And that's why I think communication is so important, you know. But anyway, what I was trying to say is like Trump can't not get in his own way. Because like that first debate, all he had to do was just kind of keep his mouth shut and just kind of let Joe Biden self-destruct. But instead, in all likelihood, he did a bunch of cocaine and rambled incoherently. Like, it's like, all right, whatever. I remember that first debate. That was like hilarious and terrifying at the same time. So like, I don't know, man. It was just, it was like the best and worst thing I'd ever seen in my life. So, anywho. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just pray for world peace. He made fun of his dead son. I don't remember him doing that. I remember Joe Biden, like, trying to, I don't remember Trump doing that. I could be wrong though. I just remember Joe Biden trying to do this like sappy crap, where in like these like kind of like political shtick things, you know, and Trump just kept like interrupting, like, no, that's not true. You're wrong. Nope, nope, nope. That's not true. Nope. And it's just like, what do you do? Like, it was like Trump was just being belligerent and Biden was just spewing bullshit, and like that was the whole debate, the first debate. Although I will tell you this. I didn't understand Trump until I bought a car. And let me tell you, because that's how negotiations work. You start off the negotiation acting completely insane. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy's insane. I'm kind of afraid of him. Maybe I better like, well, I don't know what I should maybe deal with them or like, or whatever. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then after you act insane, you act reasonable. And the person is so relieved that you're acting reasonable, you then all of a sudden start dealing with them. And that's pretty much the pattern of how Trump behaved through his whole presidency. He'd say like really weird stuff that was like, are you what? You know, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden he'd seem rational. It's like, oh, well, that's okay. And then you usually kind of like meet somewhere in the middle between like rational and insane. And that was pretty much the Trump formula. So I mean, Biden's formula is just to say yes to the deep state for anything. So I'm totally getting shadow banned after this live stream. So, I have no problem with people who voted for Joe Biden or anything like that. And I do respect the office of the president, but I also believe in, working class justice and all that good stuff. I wanted to say something dark you might not like. Most people and most nations in history are violent and merciless, but Americans want to focus only on our. No, I agree with that completely. Yeah, no, America does a ton of stuff that's right, and we don't get enough credit for it. I retract that. I just checked, and Trump, and there was a rumor that Trump denied. Yes, I saw that whole debate, and I watched it with my mouth open. And if that happened, I think I would have probably remembered it. I do remember when Trump was bringing up the Hunter Biden laptop, and Joe Biden's response to it was to be like, "Listen, my fellow Americans, like many of you, my son has a drug problem." It's like what? Listen, you crackheads, you should relate to my son. like, like many of you dope fiends, my son is one of you. And then he starts like, but let's not talk about that. Let's think about COVID, where you see that empty spot at the dinner table that this man created. It's like, what the fuck? The laptop had a video of Hunter actually doing drugs. The Hunter doing crack doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't care. Like that's his own shit. What bothers me is the fact that Biden was doing everything that Trump was impeached for and worse, meddling in international affairs, whoring himself out for influence, things like that. It's like, Trump threatened to like withhold aid to Ukraine because he was trying to get information about all the illegal shit that the Bidens were doing. And then for that, it's like, yeah, let's like Biden gets a pass, Trump does it. No joke, my mom once had a bad crack addict. It's different for me. Yeah, no, I mean for sure, for sure. Like it's not that like people who overcome drug addiction should not be or struggle with drug addiction shouldn't be sympathized with or lauded. It's just that like the way he responded to that accusation by just like kind of I don't know, kind of like quasi just this like with this like sappy political shtick, just calling the American people a bunch of drug addicts. Like I don't know, it was just like it was not a good look for him, and obviously we know he just was tiptoeing around the information because he was guilty as hell. I'm sorry that your mom had to deal with that shit. So she sold my Street Fighter games. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry about that, dude. Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys bounced back, and you were definitely a fighting game aficionado. So he asked the Saudis not to cut production for 1 month till the midterms. And when they still didn't play ball and report it, they threatened to cut support to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, no, man, I'm sorry about it. And plus, dude, it's like, she's been much better in the last 12 years. That is phenomenal, dude. That is a hard habit to kick, dude. So that's awesome for your mom. And she should be, definitely lauded. And who could forget Purple Hat Abraham Lincoln? Yeah. So, right on, right on. Well, the other thing too, like even let's say that like Sinister is got a point, and it's like there are definitely people who have struggled with addiction, right? Like it's almost like you're kind of like prostituting those people for political gain, which is also like just as bad. Like I'm guilty of a crime. Let me deflect that with people with by like just using people with real problems as like jingling keys to distract voters from like useful information like my massive corruption. So wow, I began to talk for 40 minutes about various nonsenses. So But to the point that Sinister made, that America doesn't get the credit it deserves, right? Like, internal to our country, people are treated unimaginably well in many cases. Our Constitution is great. You know, I'm able to hop on the internet and rant and rave about various things. Our culture, our aesthetics are beautiful, and the ideal of us being a just democracy is very good and very inspiring. However, we have a responsibility in terms of our foreign policy to act internationally the way that we act domestically. And I think we also have a responsibility to actually have beliefs and not just thrash around with identity politics, which will lead to like cultural decay and anger. So uh, anyway, Konichiwa and 1070. The stream has been demonetized. Ha, jokes on them. I'm not even monetized. I'm sure they'll just strike my channel or something like that. I can't believe I still have like one strike for. You know what bothers me? And I talked about this in the video with the international channel and Edo, because he asked me like, what do you think about like YouTube's copyright stuff? And it's like, well, the strike will go away November 30th, so I gotta be careful not to upload anything. I would like to say that I have proven that I can say whatever I want. I only got in trouble so many times. So like, what bothers me is that when you upload something to YouTube, and I like this part I like, there's a copyright system and it checks, like the copyright holder is allowing you to use this, but you can't monetize this. Whatever money is going to be made on this is going to go to the copyright holder. And I'm like, fine, that's perfectly fine. I just want to share what I love. But what bothers me about that is like someone can do a manual check and override YouTube's permission for you to upload those things, and then you can still get a strike. So you can like upload something in good faith, and YouTube will say this is fine, and then someone decides to manually check something and say, I want that taken down, and then YouTube will strike you. That's not fair at all, dude. Like, you told me I could upload that, and now all of a sudden you're doubling back on it and giving me a strike. Like, I uploaded that video and YouTube allowed it, and now all of a sudden they're like, no, strike for you. And it's like, that's like insane, because you're telling me one thing and then doing another. So that's what's wrong with like the copyright stuff on YouTube. It's like if they're gonna allow you to upload something, then if someone like wants that taken down, they need to give you 24 hours notice. They need to email you and say, look, you got 24 hours, take this shit down, because someone is going against our decree and we've decided to back them. So you got X amount of time, get this down. Like, that's what they should do. But they're not doing it, which is wrong. Yeah. So yeah, in 1070, it's awesome to have you on the stream. All right, so I have to go to bed. It was nice hanging out. See you soon. Yeah, and Sinister. What is your name, Shoemaker, on this? Rainin or Ryan? Yeah, is it Rainin? Is that what it's supposed to say? It's a cool name. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. We got to watch some wrestling and UFC pay-per-views. So, Rainin over there, he's like phenomenal to watch wrestling and UFC pay-per-views with. Rye like the bread and like an apple. Is that C-Lab on the TV? No, it's Charge Man Ken. I've got Kenny Lauderdale on in the background. So, I don't think Charge Man Ken is that bad. Like, everyone says, like, Charge Man Ken is like a serial killer. But, I mean, he does act a little weird. But the Geralians are, like, objectively bad. It's not like he's just, like, murdering innocent people. So, I mean, the Geralians do, like, dress up like people, but the people he's shooting are all aliens. It's not like he's just rampaging. But it is a very awkwardly, unintentionally funny anime. So, all right. Okay, we should play some games. It's been a long time since I played Dirge Cerberus. I have no idea how well this is going to go. Turn on my Chrome, or not my Chromebook, my speaker here.
Power on.
Power on. All right. All right, get our PS2 rocking and rolling here. Okay, now this is a third-person shooter that utilizes the characters of Final Fantasy VII. And if you don't think the graphics have plateaued, watch this game and see how graphics have plateaued since the early 2000s, right? Because the graphics on this game are like astounding here. And they look pretty much just as good as this current generation stuff, so, you know. Yeah, it is what it is. But if you felt we already went too heavy, no, what are you talking about, man? You're good. This, can talk about anything on the live streams here. Okay. Dirge Cerberus. Did my game get erased here? Normal. Creating save data. 2006. MySpace, here I come. Not enough space. Whatever, let's just play. Yeah, whatever, this is all fine. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to play a ton of this game, but I thought it might be fun to play. Ooh, Midgar.
Come on, hurry up, and try not to drop anybody this time. Report.
Yuffie.
All injured have been moved to the transports.
Okay.
Early 2000s gaming. When the male gaze was still allowed. Kind of got. I think I should probably lower this a little bit here for the
We're all done here. How about you?
Center down.
Finished.
There you go. Down a little more.
How do you feel? I want you to check the Mako cannon.
But we already. What? What the?
Just as I thought.
I have no idea why this game was not more well liked.
There's no way anybody could be up there. No.
Years later, I explained this to a much closer friend of mine, and it really made him upset. How smart do you think he was? Upset for what? How long am I streaming for? I don't know. I usually stream till like after 1 in the morning, so. Nah, dude, man. It's like, you know, people share stuff with each other. There's like something wrong with that. I mean, it's kind of like me saying, like, oh, my dad abandoned me and I've never seen him, you know, kind of thing like that. It's like, oh, that's kind of a buzzkill, you know, like, whatever. But, like, who cares, you know? It's like, yeah. Is that Hojo? It's actually Bart in the future. You want to change your name to Homer Jr.? Children can call you Hoju. Dude, this game is so pretty. 3 years later. Dynasty Warriors 3, The Bouncer. Yeah, those were great games, dude. I have The Bouncer. We can put that in if you want. It's so interesting because, like, you know.
So,
turning on Stalin. What?
We meet again. Lucrezia.
Didn't they make like a Super Mario mod where Mario was Stalin? I mean, they're functionally indistinguishable in 8 bits, so, you know.
I'm so sorry.
Why? I'm the one who should apologize.
Sweet ass flip phone. I mean that. It's a nice flip phone.
Tonight, for the first time, we bring you the final transmission received before all contact was lost.
For the past 3 years, this door has remained sealed. However, that seal is about to be broken.
I'm pretty excited. They're re-releasing. Maybe my comments are getting filtered. What? I think they are. I heard you say like something about like, was what I said too heavy? And the answer to that is no. If you want to talk about your family and the stuff they've overcome, that's fine by me. Then, like you said something about Stalin, and it's like had no context for it. It's like, whatever, man. You know?
Look at that.
I always liked the Blade Runner-esque aspects of Midgar. I was talking about Hit from Dragon Ball? Oh, Hitler.
What the heck was that?
Invading Russia. Having a war with the 2 biggest superpowers on Earth at once. Oh yeah, Hitler turning on Stalin. Yeah, dude, don't trust Hitler. That's a stupid move. Like, yeah, you know, what's so bad about the 20th century is like when it started off, it was like all arrogant. And, like the Titanic's like the perfect metaphor for the 20th century. Like unsinkable by God or man. Like, you know, humanism has triumphed. And then what does the Titanic do? It immediately gets sunk by God and man. God's iceberg and man's arrogance not to pack enough life preservers. So, you know. So, and then just, you know, human hubris, like, leading to, like, world wars and stupid shit. Like, you know, I have a sign in my classroom. Like, one of the reasons to study history is not to repeat the mistakes of the past. You know, so, it's true. Like, don't repeat the mistakes of the past, you know. Don't let, you know, geopolitics and brutality put yourself in a situation where you have varying degrees of bad options as your choices. PS2's great. I mean, I have like more of a soft spot in my heart probably for the PS1, but the PS2 can basically play all the PS1 games and the PS2 games, you know, so.
What's going on?
We're gonna rock and roll here.
Found you.
I don't remember how to play this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Not too bad. Can I jump out of here? I still don't understand why people like. Well, I don't really care what critics like, because critics are like usually wrong about everything. But like, bye. Oops. I probably shouldn't have shot that barrel of oil. Running around with my peacemaker. I need some HP here. Like someone like heal me up here. I remember like the last boss of this fight has that gacked song and it's like really good. Ooh. So I shouldn't be too careless here. There we go.
Now where am I supposed to meet Reed?
Oh, Reeve, yeah, you gotta meet Kate Sith here. Apparently I have no space on my memory card here. I don't know why, because I did beat this game before, so I don't know why. Do I have a different memory card in this thing? Like, what? I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna screw around and potion. I'm just gonna screw around and have some fun at the start of this game here. Protect the civilians. Will do. I will protect the civilians. My homies here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you. Shut up. Oh, go down. Ah, sweet potion. Alright, any more potions here? Ooh, save point. Oh, Mako point here. Fire materia. Nice. What are you going to be dressing up as on Monday? Luigi. What are you going to be dressing up as, Josh? The question is, do I shave my the rest of my stubble and just have a mustache? But that'll look kind of odd for a couple days with just a mustache, so I don't know. I'm gonna be Bowser on Halloween night, but I'm gonna be Luigi for the school. Because Bowser, my Bowser costume has like a mask, and I can't like teach with a mask, so. Yeah. But my Luigi costume, I need to use a card key. Where's my card key? I don't have one. Curses. Ooh. Freaking. Brrr. Where are you? More potion. Alright, there's definitely... Where? There you are. Oh, is that my card key? There we go, card key. How do I use the card key? Oh, there we go. I just walk into it. First of all, where is Katesith? And second of all, where's that thing shooting these, like, poor guys here? This fighting crime is making me thirsty. I'm gonna go to this bar and order a tab. Nothing there. Limit Breaker. That's right. Final Fantasy VII, Vincent's Limit Break, he'd like turn into like different monsters. Has anyone seen any reason yet not to like this game? Because I don't. And, like, all the critics were like, oh, this game sucks, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, shut up. It's like the best of anime and third-person shooter all rolled into one. Alright, hang on, mother and child. Vincent's on his way. Come on, where are they? Maybe I should potion up. Where are they? Oh, man, screw off. Where is it? Oh man, I need some ammo. Limit Breaker. Use. Handgun bullets. Equipped. Fire materia. Yeah, how you like that, you bitch? Yeah, where's the other one? Where is it? Alright, come on, where's that little girl? It says I have 36 handgun bullets. How come I can't fire? Locate the card key. Okay. Man. Can I, like... What do I do when I'm out of ammo here? I found the kid. I just don't know how to fight this stupid thing here. Machine gun bullets. Okay, how do I switch to my handgun? Okay, there we go. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Vincent's cool. He's like Batman. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. I'm going to be a security guard. Nice. I'm going to a lacrosse tournament tomorrow. Very cool. Ooh, you're going to wear an Akatsuki cloak. Very cool. Yes. Should be a security guard. And then you get to, you know, be cool. And, you know, beat up bad guys and, you know, be around cool stuff. Where is this card key here? Card keys. Is it here? I got a sniper scope. I will help you if I can find out. How do we switch? I did it before. Oh, dude, I'm trying. Sniper scope. Machine gun bullets are gone. Handgun bullets. Oh man, I'm out of ammo. Fire materia. Customize. Status. Config. I need like more ammo here and I don't know where to get it. Is this ammo? Please tell me it's ammo. No, it's gil. I don't need gil. I need to shoot these guys. There's the card key. Alright, I got the card key. Just gotta get the hell out of here. Where exactly was that little thingamabob here? There it is. Okay. Okay, good. I'm in here. And I need ammo. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, dude, I'm dead. Darn it. Ah, well. Well, we had a good run, so. So that's Dirge of Cerberus, quality game. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that game and need to spend some more time with it. So, well, what should we play next? So we ranted about various things for 40 minutes, then we played Dirge of Cerberus. Why don't we venture over to our good friend, the Nintendo Switch, and see what that has to offer? So. All right. I mean, we could always play more PS2 games, of which I have many, so. Okay. PS2, you have served us well. Nothing beats some good Capcom versus SNK2. You want me to do some Street Fighter? Well, that can be arranged. Which Street Fighter? Like, do you have a preference? You know, like an Alpha, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3. You know, there's lots of good Street Fighters. I always like Alpha 3. So, although Third Strike is a beautiful game too. All the Street Fighter 3s are beautiful games. All right. Well, probably the one that's going to give us the most range in in terms of Street Fighter games would probably be the Street Fighter 2. Okay. All right, play some Street Fighter 2. What to play Street Fighter 2 on? Since I have it on everything. Why don't we just, I've already got the camera aimed at this TV, so why don't we just power on our Xbox One and play it on that. Okay. Since I have the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection downloaded onto it, so. Still the one, Xbox One. Alright. Oh, look. Super Street Fighter 2. Well, you know what we could do if we want to get crazy. Well, I actually do have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the 3DO, if you wanted to see that. But, I mean, the version I would play on here would be, like, the arcade perfect version, so... yeah, let's just, I don't know. Although I would like to give the 3DO some love, but I've already got this one set up here. If you guys are dying to see the 3DO version in addition to this, let me know. Okay, where's my controller? That's the question. My daughter was, like, in here earlier. I wonder if she knocked it down somewhere. Although I don't want to accuse Serafina of misplacing something. I normally put my controller... oh, here it is. Okay, it's right here. Who's playing today? I'm playing today. My controller's on. Why is this not working? Do-do-do. Oh, there we go. Okay. Restart console. Yeah, fine. Restart it. The controller's working. Maybe it just needs to restart, and that'll get things working right. And if this doesn't work right, Super Street Fighter 2, incredible. Yes. If this doesn't turn on right, we're playing this on the 3DO. I still have to get that stupid anime skin on Fortnite. I mean, you all know I'm never get it. Like, I refuse to buy it, and I'm not going to get enough, I'm not going to get enough experience to get it, so. Well, I should say I'm not going to get it with the attitude I have. Something wrong with why is my Xbox One being so pokey? Sign in using a controller. There we go. I have Goku in Fortnite. Nice. Enter my password. Oh, crap. Did I change this here? Here, let me put the camera on me so my information is not compromised here. Do. I'm pretty sure my password is now. I'm pretty sure, like, I had to change my password because of all this, like, crap I was doing with, shoot. Getting, Skype to work. Is it working? Yes, it is working. Okay, we're good. Do. Okay, Street Fighter. Capcom. Which non-emulated port of Street Fighter 2 do you prefer? I always have a very soft spot in my heart for Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on the Sega Genesis because that's what I grew up playing. Like, that was my Street Fighter 2. Considered to be the ultimate version of Street Fighter 2. You get to see Cammy lick her lips here. Ah!
Brazil. Round 1, fight.
Shouldn't have chosen Cammy because I'm not very good with her. I mean, I am, but she's not like my go-to. All right, Cammy. Nice. I like when she wins in Alpha 3 and she's like, yes, sir. And then, like, M. Bison's, like, floating in front of her. Ah, come on. Ryu be shooting that Kamehameha. Yeah, I love that intro. I'm really mad they didn't put it in the HD remake. Darn it! Alright, no more Cammy. As much as I like ogling her. Yeah. Alright. My go-to here. Although I'll probably still lose. Super Turbo is actually a pretty hard game here. Let me mess with the configuration here. Alright, I want my heavy kick to be, no, wait, come on. I want this to be B. No, what the frick? Oh, yeah. Okay, that works, okay. And then I want my heavy punch to be Y. And then I want to leave. Alright. This is better. Okay, this is a lot more comfortable here. I was trying to play with like the shoulder buttons as like the heavy buttons, and yeah, it didn't quite work as well. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come at me. There we go. Arr, arr, arr. Ah.
Round 3, fight!
Man, I'm gonna lose again. That's no good. Alright. Time to go to Ryu and Ken. See how that works out for me. This is like on like the lowest difficulty too. Super Turbo is a pretty hard game. Come on. Oh, you cheap bastard. Alright, go Ken is right. Ken's my guy. Dude, come on. Bro, what the... Alright, I'm trying this again here. Super Turbo, it's not as bad as Art of Fighting 2, but it does have that, like, the one player mode is, like, very cheap. Ugh. Grr. Blanca's a major pain with that roll. Yes, he is. We'll beat him. Come on, dude. And then he's just gonna, like, headbutt me till, like, KO. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So, headbutt me till he can, like, chip damage me. It's funny, like, the select is the... to my peekaboo boxing brother here.
Brazil. Round 1, fight!
Ah! It's like getting through all my tricks here. There we go. Come on! There we go.
Round 3, fight!
It's like, well, now I realize how you beat me that time. Let me let me just counter everything you do immediately. Do 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 do.
Round 1, fight!
Do my cheap timed jump kicks here. Well, that didn't work at all. All right, I mean, I don't care. I'm probably gonna switch to a different Street Fighter game after this, but like, I'm beating Blanca on principle. Bro, come on. They didn't quite figure out Blanca's personality yet.
Brazil! Round 1, fight!
Oh, dude. I'm out of here. Have a good night. Good night, Sinister. Sorry we couldn't win more at Street Fighter here. Dude, oh my gosh. This is set to level 1. And I'm good at Street Fighter.
Brazil! Round 1, fight!
I mean, like, this is one of those games where it's like everyone loves it because it's supposedly like so balanced. But, you know, I think they just made like the one player mode like super annoying. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're gonna try this a few more times. And then we're just gonna switch into a different Street Fighter game. Hmm. This Blanca looks like he'd play for the Oakland Athletics. How is that super move not getting him? Double KO. There we go. Very nice. Dude! Oh, come on, man! This is, like, screwing me out of wins because, like, I'm hitting him with fierce attacks, and it's not knocking him out. And then he's hitting me with, like, also fierce attacks, and my HP is just, like, going down in a hurry. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're playing different games. We're playing another version of Street Fighter 2. Let's just play regular Super Street Fighter 2. Do 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 do. Wow. Alright, let's try Ken. Jamaica Mon. The fact that Billy Blanks did not play DJ in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie is deeply disappointing. Ooh. Get it. There we go. That's more like it. Ah, douse him.
India. Round one. Fight.
I really wish I had my kids play Street Fighter 2 for the geography unit, because there's a map, and that's actually how I learned my geography, was from Street Fighter 2. This is much more playable than Super Turbo. I mean, it's not like easy, but it's like doable. It's not like the other one was like cheap, dude. I need to get a ROM of Rainbow Edition and put it on the Super Console X. Ah, the embodiment of wholesome American values. You know, Guile was supposed to have Pornolef's hair, but they gave him Stroheim's hair instead. But, like, Guile's named Guile because he's supposed to be named after Jay Giles, the one who killed Pornolef's sister. And, you know, Star Wars Crusaders. Oof. Oh, man. Guile's theme really does go with everything. I love the Street Fighter 2V where Ryu and Ken fight Guile in a bar. It's a real shame they never made a video game out of Street Fighter 2V. Ah, damn it. Are you man enough to fight with me? Probably. I mean, I don't know. I'll give it my best. That's all I can promise. I mean, jumping into that flash kick is, I know it's a no-no, but if I don't get aggressive with him, he's gonna get me behind his sonic booms. Oh, come on! I don't know what I have this game set to for difficulty. It's probably the standard difficulty. There we go. Ooh ah, ooh ah. If you haven't watched the Guile's theme goes with everything with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Uncle Phil is helping Will not get hustled in a pool hall. It's phenomenal to Guile's theme. Oh, man, that was cheap. I was blocking that. Let's try Blanca here. Macaroni and cheese Blanca. There we go. Ooh, oh. Oh, come on. Damn it. Almost had him. Should have gone for the kick instead of the punch, but I figured I'd mix it up a little bit. All right. Come on, come on. Damn it. Ah, darn it. All right. I want to beat Guile here. Let's try this again. Although now the computer like knows my moves, so it's probably gonna like start input reading me, but headbutt. It's funny, like talking about Halloween, like At St. Anthony's, my church tomorrow, they're doing like an All Saints Day Halloween costume thing, where like all the people dress up like kids dress up like saints. As a Sunday school teacher, I'm going as Saint Michael. I'm going to wear boxing gear and angel wings. Damn it! I'm so close. There we go. Got him. Let's play another Street Fighter. Kind of in the mood for some, let's do some Alpha 3 here. This is, in my opinion, the best 2D fighting game ever made.
Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Shadowloo had not perfected their mind control over Cammy. Good work, Cammy. I mean, Street Fighter 2 is great, but I mean, I really love this game. I mean, the music alone is just, you just listen to it forever. Dosuke. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm just kind of enthralled by the beauty of this game. And getting sat on by a sumo wrestler. There we go. I like my counter to that. Cammy's gear both for fashion and function right here. Darn it. Ah, man. I would love to get this game on Sega Saturn, just because it's like arguably the rarest Sega Saturn game. I mean, it's not like worth the money considering you can get it for like affordable prices on, you know, everything else, but it'd just be cool to say I have this on Sega Saturn. There we go. Yeah, I'm more at home playing Alpha 3. Can someone in the chat tell me what time it is Eastern Standard Time? I don't have a clock in the game room. Which I should. But I don't. Ooh, here comes Dan. The Art of Fighting versus Thong-Clad Assassin. Who will win?
It all depends on your skill. Go for broke.
That's not good at all. Dusta dusta. Oh man. There's some people who say they like Alpha 2 better than Alpha 3, and I don't understand why. The thing that Alpha 3, I'm sorry, the thing that Alpha 2 has over Alpha 3 is Sakura's theme music. That's about it. I mean, Alpha 2 is a great game, don't get me wrong, but yes, sir. That's not good. There we go. $12.37. Not too bad. Zero capability. Terminating target. We're going to Hong Kong to fight Jen. Our elderly assassin right here. Or Gen, I guess is how they pronounce his name.
Nobody playing.
I've heard that this Akuma Ryu picture was based off of Diesel and Bret Hart. Man, you a big fool. Gosh darn it. I wish they would make another alpha game. That's not good at all. I wish I hadn't done that. Do 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 do. The other great thing about alpha games are like just all the references to the animated movie. It's actually funny in one of them, I think it's like the Midnight Bliss of Dimitri's super move for Capcom Fighting Evolution, aka Fighting Jam. Ryu's the girl he turns into is like the little Indian girl that he gives milk to in the movie. How did that not get him? A double axe handle there. Man. And the angry elderly gentleman keeps pummeling me. This is like bingo night at my church. An angry elderly gentleman pummeling me. It's like the Knights of Columbus lasagna dinner. It's like that one time I ate at Arby's. Actually, it's every time I ate at Arby's. What the freak, dude? I'm like behind him. Come on, dude. What the freak, dude? Whatever. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm just trying to beat this PBS Chinese food game show host. Not game show host, cooking show host. Come on. The only thing that's not great about Alpha 3 is like once you start a story mode with someone, it's not like a bad thing, but like, you know, if I were to be someone else besides Cammy, we'd have to start from like fight 1 here. We'll just try him a couple more times. We'll play something else. I got... Oh, come on, dude. Dude, it's like everything I do, he like immediately counters it. Alright. Come on, Cammy. Let's get this going here. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yeah, he was trying to block it too. Too bad. Alright, boom. Problem with like these arcade collections is that a lot of the time the arcade versions of these games would get like very cheap because they're trying to take your money, you know, so. That's not good. He's got that one super move where he like poisons you. Alright, let's try this again here. Come on. Come on. It's being so annoying. I'm constantly telling people to, you know, like old Chinese people because they're, you know, full of interesting historical stories. Not like weird double-fingered poison attacks here. Wow, that was a... this is just getting worse and worse. Finally. There we go. Alright, let's do this again here. Oh, come on. Get him, get him. There we go. Dude, this is so annoying. All right, last one, and then I'm done playing this. All right.
Go for broke.
Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. Round 3. Oh my gosh, come on. No! Double KO, fantastic. Ah. Ah, damn it. I was going for my super move, too. Ah, well. I'm done with this. I, you know, I'm just, I got nothing. So, what else we got on here? Deedlit. This game looks cool, but it's not good. I don't remember what this game is. You know what? Let's play something weird on the Switch. Okay. Switch time. We got our fill of Street Fighter. I just want to play something eccentric and Japanese right now. All right. So every time we play this game, the something happens and the stream goes down. So let's see if that happens this time. This is a visual novel about a college student who meets a single mother. I got Bayonetta 3 yesterday. How was that? The language of love. Okay. I sometimes wonder if 23 years old feels quite as old as I do. I'm only 23 and I try to reassure myself I still have my whole life ahead of me. Moved out of my tiny village and I've gone to study in a city near Tokyo so I can get into a good university. Oh, is Arrow still watching? Because, like, you know, these are right up his alley. Um, I'm going to pass my university entrance exams. I'm going to work hard. And then when I finally put my education behind me, I'm going to get a good career. I've achieved things with my... I will achieve things with my life even if it kills me. I just want to succeed. And I have a lot to look forward to, and I've barely taken my first steps into adulthood. There's no time to get depressed now, but no matter what I tell myself, it never sticks. Sometimes these words help me to get to sleep, but they seem particularly hollow and empty when I am at cram school, surrounded by students almost 5 years younger than me. I really am getting old. Dude, I'm going to be 40 in December, so stop complaining. So, and I'm, 40 is actually young nowadays. I was talking to like a guy's like 42 at my gym. He's a grandfather. He's like fighting next month, so, people live longer now. Actually, I think I'm aging backwards a little bit, so. I'm old compared to my peers, at least. I think I might be the oldest in my class. The others are 18, with a handful of 19-year-olds sprinkled here and there. Even my teacher, Ms. Sonzaki, looks to be around 25 or 26. Now, that's a grim thought. I might be closer to age in my teacher than my classmates. Not that they really feel like my classmates. Cram school doesn't feel like cram school either. It's a place where failures and dropouts go so they can relearn all the things they should have learned back in high school. We don't cover any new material. We just rehash everything we were taught in the past over and over again in a loop. Feels like I'm going around in circles, swallowing my own tail with each step, like Ouroboros. I've only been in the city for around a week and I'm already exhausted. Paradoxically, my days here are less packed than they were when I lived out in the countryside. Other than cram school, my days are almost depressingly empty. I get up in the morning, brush my teeth, put on my clothes, catch the train to cram school. Then I sit at my desk for hours reading textbooks and answering the teacher's questions. I have a lot of practice exam papers to work through, so there's always something to study for, even though exams themselves are 8 months away. When I'm done with school, I take the train back home, and then while I while my time away until the night finally falls. There are too many hours in the evenings, and I just don't know how to fill them. My classmates look like they lead fun, exciting lives. I bet that's why they failed their university entrance exams in the first place. Too busy going to bars, karaoke parlors, or arcades. But nobody invited me to a bar, karaoke parlor, or arcade. Yeah, maybe because you're such a buzzkill. I'm too old. Nah, dude, just, be yourself and everything will be fine. Perhaps I should have had a painless time if I'd only told a few white lies, but Miss Sonzaki asked us to introduce ourselves our first day of school. But for some ungodly reason, I was seized by the sudden desire to tell the truth and confess my real age to my classmates. I wanted to know right off the bat, but that my name is Tanamori Mitsuki. Yeah, like the actress, but it's not written the same way. And I'm 23 years old. I might be a bit older than the rest of you, but I hope we can all get along in the future. As if. I think I could have made a few friends if I kept my shameful secret under wraps. I mean, that's not like I look much older than everyone else, but it's too late now. The cat's already out of the bag. My classmates don't want to associate with me. They don't even want to look at me. Maybe your classmates are just screwed up. Like, it's not normal. Like, I mean, like, if you got, like, common interests and, I mean, like, yeah, you should have, like, friends of all ages, like, there shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, I can't say I blame them either. I'm only 23 and I feel positively ancient, though I'm closer to 23 than 30, and the world should be my oyster. How can the world be my oyster? I ask when I've never had an opportunity to cast out my net. Now I'm afraid I'll never get the chance. Terrible. Terrible what's happening to him. I'm only 23. 23. 23. Isn't that old enough already? But my protests are all in vain, and time continues to tick away. Do. As I walk down the street, my hands firmly planted inside my pockets. Today was yet another day at cram school, and just as dull and uneventful as the last. I might be living in the heart of Japan now, but I feel even lonelier than I did back in Aomori. At least back in the sticks, I still had my parents and my grandmother and a few assorted aunts and uncles I could talk to. I had friends too, until they flew the coop. Still, even after they cleared off, I wasn't entirely on my own. I knew everyone who stopped by my family's old-fashioned candy store. People still used to talk to me as I counted out their change. People weren't above smiling and laughing and telling jokes in Aomori, even with a loser like me. It's different now. I knew the city would be different, of course, but I'd always imagined in my naivete, maybe you could call it optimism, that it would be different in a positive way. I never believed, not in my wildest dreams, I'd feel so isolated while living on the fringe of the biggest city in the world. Life's full of surprises. Sadly, they're not always pleasant surprises. Footsteps fall against the dull gray pavement in a series of thuds. Everything is dull and gray. The rundown part of Kawasaki I call home. The high-rise buildings, which don't rise quite as high as those 20 minutes down the Tokaido line. The sidewalk, which is fringed by the curb and lined with street lamps. Even the sky, which looks grim and dark and downcast, is utterly miserable. I wonder if it's going to rain. I sure hope not. I should hurry. I pass the gates of a small playground, and this is always when the stream tends to go down. So let's see what happens here. Driven by this single-minded desire to get inside before the heavens unleash their load on my unsuspecting head, when... Not here, it's not here either. What could that be? Where is it? Where did it go? I can't see the speaker, but the voice sounds breathy and high-pitched. Their frantic words are choked with tears, and it's obvious they're upset. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say the voice belongs to a little kid. I mean, why else would they be in a playground? I wonder what happened. I open the low metal gate, which parts with a creak, and glance around. The playground is fairly nondescript, much like everything else around these parts. I can see a few swings and slides, but they're rusty with age, just like the gate. It's all very typical, standard, uninteresting. Well, what else would be here? A portal to another dimension. Oh, look, it's a little girl. There is, however, a young girl. The girl's crouched by the swings, her hair is dark, and her eyes are filled with tears. I don't make a habit of talking to young kids, but something about her looks vaguely familiar. I wonder why. Mama told me not to go outside. I should have listened, but she hiccups. Her shoulders tremble. She looks like she's crying. Is there anything I can do to help? Excuse me. Oh. The little girl jumps at my introduction. Timid though it is, she must have been sobbing so much she didn't hear the gate creaking or my approaching footsteps. Sniffling frantically, she is trying to suck her snot back in her nostrils, and she lifts up her head and wipes her red eyes with the back of her arm. Okay, let's see where this goes here. Do I know you? Gee, I don't know, do you? The girl frowns and she looks confused. I guess that wasn't the nicest greeting in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Is something wrong? Yeah, something bad happened. Bad? Crouched down beside the girl, bringing our faces level. Like what exactly? That's all my fault. You won't tell Mama, will you? That depends on what your problem is. Will you tell me what's wrong, please? If I can't help if I don't know. You'll help me? I'd like to if you'd let me. Well, the thing is, I kind of lost the keys to my house. Your key? I can't go back without it. Where do you live exactly? Over there. The girl points out a nearby apartment complex. Ah, now I understand. That must be why this girl looks so familiar. She lives in the same building I do. I must have seen her passing by before, but her face never registered in my mind. Well, I doubt I'll forget her after this. So, were you at home by yourself? That's right. Mama left to go to the store. She told me to stay inside, but she was gone for a long time. I got so hungry, so I used a spare key, went to the convenience store, and you dropped your key. Do you know do you know when your mother will be back? The girl shakes her head forlornly. How long has she been gone? I don't know. I think she left around 4. So it's been an hour then. That really is a long time to leave such a little girl at home on her own. What about your dad? Don't have one. Oh well. Talk about awkward. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? It's not your fault. Yeah, I guess you're right. And how long have you been looking for your key? I don't know, forever. The little girl looks at me earnestly, her eyes wide, in a manner that suggests it really might have been forever. But knowing how kids are, I decided to err on the side of caution. Translated from a child's parlance, forever equates to about 10 minutes, maybe less. That does sound like a predicament. I'll tell you what. Would you like me to help you search for your key? You would? I can't promise I'll find it, but I'll do my best. We should be careful, though. It looks like it's gonna rain soon. Right. You should start looking. Mama says 2 heads are better than 1. The girl clasps her hands together with a newfound determination. Her eyes are still red and puffy, but at least she stopped crying. Do I deserve some kind of trophy? I don't see why not. Of course you should just get a trophy. Mister. Yes, what is it? I was wondering, what's your name? My name's Mitsuki. Mitsuki? That's a pretty name. I'm glad you think so. At least this girl won't make wisecracks about the actress Tanimura Mitsuki. Probably because she's never heard of her. And what's your name? I'm Tama. Nice to meet you. Tama, is it? I guess you have a pretty name too. Really? Sure, it's nice to meet you, Tama. Nice to meet you too, Mitsuki. Hey. Tama tugs at my arm, her eyes large and imploring. Now I know your name and you know mine. Does that make us friends? Friends, huh? Tama's a bit young to me, my friend. It's not like I have droves of people hammering at my door begging for my attention. Pressing as it is, Tama's the first person I've met this week who seems interested in forming any kind of relationship with me. I guess at this point I should take whatever scraps of kindness I can get. Sure, I'll be your friend. Yay, thanks, Mitsuki. Tama beams brightly, her woe over her missing key all but forgotten, and I return her smile without thinking. There's a lot of people around Tokyo. I see them crammed on trains during my morning commute, striding through the streets as I wend my weary way back home. For some reason, though, they never look very happy. There isn't enough happiness in the world. I'm glad, if only for a few seconds, I was able to brighten this young girl's day. Mitsuki, you're a good guy. Nice corn shirt, yo. Yeah. Yes. Got the life. Alright. Doo-doo-doo. All it took was a few words. Man, I wish I was a kid again. It's not here either. I sigh and straighten up, wiping my hands on my pants. Are you sure you dropped your key in the playground, Tama? That's right, at least I think I did. I don't know. 1 second I had it, the next it was gone. And when was the last time you saw your key? Her brow creases. She shifts from foot to foot, her little fingers clenched at her front. She's trying to remember through sheer force of will. I guess it's kind of admirable in a way, but I don't want her to overexert herself. I don't know. I don't know when the last time I had it was. I locked the front door like Mama taught me, put the key in my pocket, but then, I don't know anything else. I see. If Tama doesn't remember the last time she saw her key, there's a chance she might have dropped it in the playground after all. Could have fallen out of the hole in her pocket when she walked to the convenience store while she was examining the cute and colorful snacks lined up on the shelves inside. We've been searching the playground, leaving no pebble unturned for the last half hour or so, but we haven't made any progress. Tama's key continues to elude us, no matter how hard we search. My knees and palms are dirty from kneeling on the ground, and the sky looks grayer and steelier than ever before. It's a blatantly unwelcoming sky, thick with heavy clouds, which says, in no uncertain terms, leave. As the cold wind runs through the small playground, the rusted swing creaks ominously, and the roundabout turns a few degrees with the dull screech of a medieval torture instrument. Okay, there's that thing. I shiver and adjust the strap of my messenger bag back over my shoulder. This isn't looking so good. Oh no. I'm never gonna find my key, Mitsuki. I'm gonna be stuck in this playground forever. What if my mama never comes home? I don't want to stay outside in the playground all night. It's cold here and I'm scared. I want to go home. I miss my mama. Tears trickle from Tama's matted eyelashes, but trickle is perhaps too delicate a word that describes this full-blown fit. Face is turning red, and round tears the size of 100 yen coins drip down her cheeks. Hey, Tama. I look at the sobbing girl, her tiny body hunched in on itself with trepidation. I want to comfort her, but I don't know what to do. We're still virtual strangers, and I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I shiver. Overhead, the sky darkens, and the clouds look thicker than ever. Any second now, it's going to... rain. Thomas sniffles and wraps her arms around her middle. It's cold, and my clothes are getting wet. I don't like the rain. I don't think anybody likes the rain, unless you're like a tree. Or a lazy, apathetic teenager who really doesn't want to take part in their school's annual sports festival. I've been there myself. I used to pray for rain before those big sporting events every year. It was kind of a tradition. Though I lived in the countryside during my formative years, I've never been big on athletics. It must be because of my build, or maybe my constitution. Speaking of which, if I leave Tom in the rain too long, her constitution is going to take a severe battering. She's only a little kid, and kids catch cold easier than adults. I don't want her getting sick. Poor little buddy. It'll keep raining for a while. I guess we're going to have to stop looking for your key. We can't keep it up in this weather. Does it mean you're going to leave me out here? I thought we were friends. Of course I'm not going to abandon you. I'm not that heartless. Why don't you come with me in my apartment for a bit? You can stay with me until the rain lets up or until your mother comes back. What do you think? Is that really okay? Of course it's okay. It's totally fine. What about it? Do you want to come? If it's alright, then I'd like that. My mama told me not to go running off with strangers, but you're not a stranger. You're my friend. Thank you, Mitsuki. Alright, let's get out of this rain here. Hey, Mitsuki, you're hurting me. I know that. Why don't you be more careful, you big dummy? I recall the words my mother told me once years ago when I was Tama's age and I was squirming in her lap as much as Tama is in mine. It's supposed to hurt. My 6-year-old self was angry at my mother for issuing such a matter-of-fact response, and it looks like Tama's no different. Tama was crying in the park only 10 minutes ago, lamenting her sad fate, but she's recovered considerably after her escape from the elements. Now thoroughly re-energized, Tama squirms and very near bashes my nose with her flailing blow. Why do you want to hurt me? You're mean. I thought we were friends. It's because we're friends and I'm fussing over you like this. Now hold still, or I'll never be able to clean you up. I don't want to be clean. I like being dirty. Well, too bad. We can't have what we want in life. You should be old enough to know that by now. He's trying to like towel her hair off because she's all like soaked from the rain. I scrubbed Thomas' hair with a plain white towel, fished from the bathroom. Thomas' hair isn't all that wet. We weren't fool enough to linger outside for too long, but I don't want to take any chances. My apartment's new, per se. I bet this old ramshackle building is even more ancient than I am, but it's new to me, and I don't want to get any water on the tatami floor. Not that it would matter that much, I guess. Tatami is already stained and discolored from previous inhabitants, so are the walls and the ceiling. Itsuki, since I don't have a couch, I had to sit Tama down on my lap. Her behind is bonier than I imagined, and she isn't a very comfortable burden to bear. She isn't heavy, which is a plus, but she was wrangling like a fish, which makes it hard to keep a hold on her. You're a bully. That's right. Don't agree with me, but it's true. You're the worst. I know, I'll prove it too. I attack Tama's head with more intensity than before and massage her scalp with a white towel while she shrieks and kicks her feet and tries to squirm off my lap. I've got to say, this is a pretty uncomfortable arrangement. Man, I wish I had a couch. This apartment came more or less unfurnished, and I haven't gotten around to decorating it just yet. I did buy a cheap boxy TV from a nearby pawn shop, but it's more because I felt sorry for the elderly owner than because I actually wanted it. It's not a good TV, but it gets the job done. It stops me from feeling lonely in the evening. Excluding the TV, however, this room is more or less empty. No couches, no bookshelves, no pictures on the walls. I should probably spruce this place up. What's the point? It's not like I get any visitors, other than Tama, of course. Why are you being so mean? I don't want you catching a cold or roaming around my room like a damp dog, dripping water everywhere. But I like dogs. I like dogs too. What does that have to do with anything? You're the one who brought them up. It was just a simile. Simile? A simile is when you liken something to something. I look at Tama's tousled head, her choppy hair sticking up in all directions like a bird's nest. You know what? Never mind. There's no point in lecturing Tama about the finer points of linguistics. I'm not her teacher. Now, can't you try to behave yourself? If you sat patiently like a nice girl, this wouldn't be taking so long. But you're pulling my hair. Well, sorry, princess. I'm not used to looking after little girls. In case you hadn't noticed, my hair is shorter than yours. You're even meaner than Mama. She pulls my hair a lot when she brushes it. You're 10 billion times worse. I haven't had any practice. You shouldn't put your hands on my head. I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm trying to keep you dry in my apartment, too. It's not like it even matters. Your apartment is ugly anyways. Oh, is it? Yup. My left eye twitches. Tama's only speaking the truth. Harsh though it is, little kids are like that. They haven't learned about flattery. They say whatever's on their minds, no matter how biting. I shouldn't be annoyed at her, but it's my home she's talking smack about. It's not a nice home, I'll admit, but it's my home all the same. What's your apartment like, huh? I can't imagine it's much different than mine. It is different. Our apartment is small, but Mama made it look pretty. There's pictures on the walls and shelves and lots of cats. Cats? I thought our landlord didn't allow pets. We have a calendar on the wall with cat photos, and Mama lets me turn each page at the start of every month. Oh, I see. Well, your apartment does sound a lot nicer than mine. Heh, you see. That doesn't mean I'm going to let you mess my place up. Stop being a brat. This will be over before you know it. Wow, Mitsuki, I thought you were my friend. Tama's uncooperative wails fill the room. I'm a little worried the neighbors will overhear and file some kind of complaint. I don't want my neighbors to hate me. I guess I'd better finish drying Tama's hair pronto. Her hair's pretty short, but it's quite thick, and it takes a while to clean. What makes matters worse is she absolutely refuses to sit still. I hope I can finish this chore soon for both our sakes. I'm not sure which one of us is going to snap first. Well, that was the thing. Hey, Tama, are you still mad at me? Tama turns her back to me with her eyes narrowed. Little brat is staring at my small box TV, which I turned on to stop her whining. Though I thought it was a pretty ingenious plan, it might have been a little too effective. Tama's so glued to the TV she hasn't glanced at me, let alone spoken to me for the last 5 minutes. That TV show, whatever it is, must be really engrossing. Either that or she hates me so much she can't stand to be in the same room as me. So much for being friends. Tama, what are you watching? Tama snorts again, but she doesn't reply. Well, it's not like I care, I was just trying to be nice. At least Tama's hair's dry now, if a bit messy. Unfortunately, her clothes are kind of damp. Her shirt clings to her, and her knees denim pants, and the knees of her denim pants are all muddy. Could have run a bath for little madam, and put her dirty clothes in the washing machine, but drying her hair was enough of a chore. She'd never deigned to wear one of my old shirts now, especially as she seems to regard me as her mortal enemy. Friendship can be such a fickle thing. Tama, are you sure you don't want to talk? Tama doesn't reply with words, at least. Instead, she turns her head and sticks out her tongue. Jeez. I hope I wasn't this annoying when I was young. No response. Hey, you should be grateful, I'm trying to look out for you. This, at least, is enough to unstick Tama's tongue. She faces me, smirking wickedly, and says, I think you're the one who needs somebody to look out for you. What was that? Your room is so small and dirty, it's gross, and so are you. I thought you were nice, but you're a rotten bully just like Keiichi. I don't know who Keiichi is, but I know enough to realize this isn't a compliment. Oh, cut it out, I did you a favor. Least you could do is thank me. Thanks, you're so nice, Mitsuki. Tama's voice is carefully flat, without any inflection at all. It's clear she doesn't mean it. Why, you little... I grip my teeth. This is a lot of banter, and it's fine, I grip my teeth. I need to keep my cool. Maybe Tama's acting up because she's worried about her mother. To be honest, I'm starting to worry about her mother too. Where is she? Do you think your mother will be back soon, Tama? I don't know. Do you have any way to contact her? Nope. Does your mother go out with you quite often? Sometimes. Well, then I guess we might be waiting for a while. Maybe. Sigh. What kind of person is Tama's mother anyway? What possessed her to abandon her young daughter? Judging by Tama's response, this doesn't seem to be a one-off. It must happen on a semi-regular basis. Tama might be a brat, but arguing with her won't get me anywhere. Let's make the pair of us unhappy. The situation is depressing enough as it is. And what with all the rain falling outside my window, maybe I should do something to cheer us up. Hey Tom, I was wondering, you're not hungry, are you? You're not hungry, are you? Ah. Tama tries to feign indifference. We're mortal enemies after all. But her intrigue is blatantly obvious. How cute. I might be a little hungry, maybe. Okay, so that's a yes. Yeah, I was waiting for Mama to come home and make dinner, but she never did. We only bought some bread at the convenience store. I didn't want to ruin my appetite. Mama spends a lot of time cooking, so I try to eat the food she makes, but I don't really like green peppers. Tama whispers the phrase green peppers as though it was some kind of voodoo curse. Do you eat the green peppers your mama makes? Sometimes. Green peppers are gross, but Mama says they're good for me, so I try. It doesn't always work, though. Maybe that's why Mama hasn't come back, because they spit out my green peppers and hide them when she isn't looking. She must know I've been a bad girl, and this must be a punishment. Don't be silly. I'm silly? Yeah, you're not a bad girl, there's no way. Well, she was being quite badly behaved when I dried her hair, but I'm partially to blame for that. I should have been gentler. Spitting your food out is quite naughty, but I can understand your feelings. I don't like green peppers much either. You don't? Nah, they're so bitter. My mom told me I'd like them when I became an adult, but I'm an adult now. In the legal sense, that is. And this is a lot of dialogue about green peppers. I still can't stand them. Mama's the same. She says all adults eat green peppers without complaining. Well, I don't. I see. So Mama was lying. I don't think she was lying. She was just... does that mean you're not an adult, Mitsuki? I wonder sometimes. For an adult, you're not very tall. I get that a lot. How about food? Can I make you something if you'd like? I might not look like it, but I'm a pretty decent cook. I don't know. Mama told me she wouldn't be out long. I always eat dinner with her. I know that, but your mama's not back yet, is she? After drying her hair, I asked a reticent Tama to take me to her own apartment. The lights were off, and I thought I'd knock on the door. I didn't receive any reply. In the end, I slid a note beneath the door with my apartment number written on it. My reasoning was, if no, let's be positive here. Tama's mother returns, she'll be able to find her daughter with ease. I still haven't seen any sign of her, though. I wonder what's going on. I guess you're right. Mama goes on her own sometimes, but she usually comes back after a few minutes. Tama glances at the clock hanging on the wall. It's past 7 already, and the sun outside is starting to set. I'm worried about her. Oh, that poor thing. As the adult here, I need to try to cheer her up. It's my job, my duty, my responsibility. Maybe this will take her mind off her mother, if nothing else. All right. I roll up my sleeves and get to my feet. I'm going to start making dinner. Huh? You're really going to cook for me? That's right. I'll whip up something delicious, and there won't be any green peppers in it either, I promise. I don't know. I should wait for Mama to come back, but, well... Can I try your food, Mitsuki, if it's not too icky? Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I guess I'll have to do my very best. Now, what do you think about a nice warm plate of omelet rice? Ooh, omelet rice. Do you like omelet rice? It's one of my favorites. Ha, I knew it. What little kid doesn't love omelet rice? I think I hit on a winning idea. I just hope Tama's mother comes back soon. There's only so much I can do to keep Tama entertained, and omelet rice won't be enough to fix all our problems. Where is Tama's mother anyway? By the time I finish making Tama's food, the sun has set and the stars have come out to play. I flick on the light and take a seat by Tama's side at the low table in my living room dining room. So, I set a plate of omelet rice on the table before my young guest. How do I save on this here? Start. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna just save just in case. Because, is it 1:27 a.m.? Let me check the time here. Yeah, actually, the Switch has the time right, so... 1:30. This is usually around the time we start watching international channel tapes. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a run on this game, so... Although I kind of wonder, like, I think I got to a point where her mom came back, but... I don't know. Let's play for, like, a little bit longer. Let's play for, like, a few more minutes. Play till, like, 1:30, and then, we'll watch some tapes and wrap the stream up here, because I gotta get up tomorrow, so... At this point, we've only got 2 people left on the stream. Castlevania? That's something. Should I play some Castlevania? That is a request here. I don't know. Let me see here. Alright, let's just see. Okay. I have Castlevania on the Xbox. I have Castlevania on... Do I have Castlevania on the Switch? Let's hold off on the Castlevania for right now. Unless you're, like, bored out of your mind with me just playing this game here. It is a weird game to play. Okay, set the plate of rice in front of my young guest. I only made one portion, but I'm starting to regret it. Then omelet rice looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Omelet rice is an even yellow color. A little like pudding you might buy at the convenience store, but less artificial. So, dude, this is like a lot of description of a rice omelet. This guy likes to write a lot about minutia, which is fine. It's just an interesting writing style. The smooth, unbroken omelet is topped with ketchup and filled with rice. The rice itself was fried in a wok, and it's filled with chopped little bits of sausage, carrot, and peas. True to my words, there's not a single green pepper in sight, whole or diced. The meal was simple to make. I slapped it together with a few ingredients in my fridge. I needed to use up my eggs before they went rancid, and the carrots had been lying uneaten at the bottom of my fridge for more than a week. I'm not bad at cooking, but I don't really like cooking for myself. I can't get fired up when I'm the only person who will eat the finished product. Maybe it sounds spoiled, but if I'm going to put in the work, I'd like to get complimented for it. What's the point in trying if nobody knows how much effort you expounded? During my time in the city, I've been subsiding mostly on microwavable meals and instant noodles. I bought a bunch of groceries when I first moved in. The lofty idealistic thought. Moved in with the lofty idealistic thought that I'd take care of my health and eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day, but that didn't happen. Oh well, at least I had a chance to show off my cooking prowess today. I guess picking up those eggs wasn't a complete waste. Mitsuki, Did you make this yourself? That's right, while you were watching your silly kids anime. Magical Pumpkin is not silly. That's right, I'm sorry. I meant to say, while you were watching your very smart, clever kids anime. Pretty Magical Pumpkin isn't just for kids. Adults watch it too. Well, maybe some weirdos do. Mama watches it with me, and she isn't a weirdo. Mama likes pumpkin too. She does. I'm sure she does. At least I'm sure that's what she tells Tama. Parents are always lying to their kids, either to shut them up or make them happy. I actually don't mind watching kids shows with my kids. I find them fun and cute. Like, I watch a lot of Barney with Serafina. And Peppa Pig is just objectively funny. And just anime in general is awesome, so I'm sure, this guy's like way too pessimistic. It can work in the short term, but I remember feeling pretty betrayed when I learned Santa wasn't real. Well, that's some nonsense, because Santa is real. Anyways, I was saying, while you were watching your very smart, clever anime, which can be enjoyed by both adults and children worldwide, listen, Tom, this time she doesn't interrupt. Did those amendments make her happy? I was slaving away in the kitchen, preparing meals just for you. I made this from leftovers. I hope you like it. Leftovers? Tama pokes her fork at the omelet. It looks like something from a restaurant. A 5-star restaurant, no doubt. I don't know about stars, but it looks like the omelet's from Petite Jardine. Ah, Petite Jardine, huh? It's a pretty well-known chain of family restaurants that serve cheap and cheerful meals for kids and beleaguered parents too exhausted to cook for them. I lived out in the countryside when I was a kid, but whenever I went shopping with my parents in the nearest city, we always stopped by Petite Jardine. I think I celebrated a couple of my birthdays there. Having my food compared to that of a restaurant isn't bad, I guess. I'm proud of my cooking. It's pretty much my only skill, and I'd rather have it likened to something a little more classy. Oh well, it's only a rice omelet, what can you expect? To a little kid like Tama, Petite Jardine is probably the epitome of fine dining. Well, I'm glad you think it's good. It looks too good. You didn't buy this from a store, did you? Of course not. I didn't leave this apartment. You saw me. I would never be irresponsible enough to leave a little kid here on her own. Who do you think I am, your mother? Maybe you didn't leave, but you could have called somebody to bring the food to you. I know all about that, you see. I'm not stupid. You can't trick me. It's called home delivery. That's very clever, Tama, but this isn't delivered food. Nobody knocked on the door. You didn't see anybody else entering the room. Well, no, but I made this food myself, and it's just for you. Really? Yes, that's right. You made it. For me. That's what I said I was going to do, wasn't it? But I said lots of mean things to you. It's alright, I forgive you. You said mean things to me because I was mean to you first. I cooked for you because I wanted to make you feel better. Think of it as an apology. I don't want you to be sad. It'd be much better if we could just be friends again. We can be friends? Sure we can. You're the one who said it first. I don't want you to hate me, so I tried my best. Now why don't you try some of your food? Rice omelets taste the most delicious when it's still warm, so you have to hurry. That's right. I have to hurry. Chanting this under her breath, she picks up her fork and plunges the prongs into the side of the omelet. This is a lot of writing about an omelet. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, the omelet breaks beneath the force of Thomas' fury, and steam escapes from the heart of my culinary creation. Thomas' nostril twitches like a rabbit's. She swallows. And then, thank you for the food. She scoops a forkful of rice and omelet with a generous amount of ketchup up to her lips. Her motions with the fork are a little awkward. She drops a few kernels of rice. Dude, why are you talking about the kernels of rice she's dropping on the floor? Like, I mean, okay. She drops a few kernels of rice back into her plate when she's blowing on her food. This guy really paints a picture. I guess she isn't the most skilled with a knife and fork, but her effort is valiant nonetheless. Awkwardly, she slides the fork into her mouth. She chews. While she chews, pushing her food from one cheek to another, I watch. I wait. I know my food looks good, but what about the taste? I hope it's to her liking. And then, to my immense relief, it's really delicious. Do you like it? Yeah, it tastes just as good. No, better than the one at Petite Jardine. Well, I'm glad my handmade food is better than frozen, prepackaged omelets they serve there. Thomas scoops up another forkful of rice and chews. It's amazing. I didn't know guys could cook. Sure we can if we work at it. Everything gets easier with practice. We have cooking classes at school sometimes, but the boys always complain. Keiichi says only girls wear aprons. Sounds like this Keiichi would make a very attractive husband later on in life. What do you mean? Nothing, I'm just talking to myself. What do you make in cookery class anyways? Last time we made a fruit salad. Fruit salad. I think we made that in elementary school too. I wasn't very good at it. You're much better at cooking than I am, Mitsuki. Well, I'm older than you, I guess. You know what? What? I think your cooking may be better than Mama's. Than your mother's? That's high praise. Mama tries to cook every day, but she doesn't have time. She's always busy at work. Tama frowns. Maybe she'd like this omelet too. Maybe it would make her happy. I should save some for her when she comes back home. If she comes back home. Tama's head bows and her shoulders slump all of a sudden. She looks utterly drained and her expression is even cloudier than the evening sky. She must be worried about her mom. Usually it's the other way around. Aren't parents supposed to worry about their kids instead? I glance up at the clock at my wall. It's almost 8 now and it's pitch black outside. Where in the world is her mother? She's been gone for hours. Tama, are you alright? I'm fine. But you look kind of down. I said I'm fine. Not even sad. Crying will make the food taste salty, so I can't cry. I don't want to ruin my meal. So she scoops up another forkful of rice and stuffs it in her mouth, and then another and another. She's eating so quickly her cheeks are puffing out like a hamster's. Maybe she's trying to drown her sorrow in carbs. We've all been there. But if she keeps this up, she'll make herself sick. Hey, slow down. You'll... choke. I guess my warning came a little too late. I reach across the table and pat Tama's back. I don't want to hit her too hard. She's a young girl, not a baseball. But I don't want her to asphyxiate in my apartment. It'd be pretty hard to explain. Though Death by Omelet Rice does have a certain ring to it. Maybe it would make a good name for a band. At this point, Tama's coughs have started to subside. I let my hand fall from her back, and she looks concerned. Are you alright? You feel any better? A little. Thank you, Mitsuki. No problem. Your big brother is here to look out for you. Big brother? Crap, did I just say something incredibly corny? Let's change the subject. You should chew your food before you swallow it, Tama. Didn't your mother tell you that? She did, but I couldn't help. I was so hungry and the food tastes good. I'm glad you like my food, but it's not worth dying over. You worried me for a second there. I did. Yeah, you're in my house, so you're under my protection, so I'll look after you. Honestly, when it comes to kids, you can't take your eye off them for a second. That is true. I took my eye off my daughter for a second. She walked up the stairs. She's like 1. I'm sorry, Mitsuki. I'll be more careful. I don't want to make anyone worry about me. I don't want to get in the way, but I do anyways. Maybe that's why Mama isn't coming back. Tama. This atmosphere is getting a little too heavy, and the sound of the falling rain outside my window doesn't help. Tama's annoying when she's screaming and pouting and making fun of me, but I found that is preferable to tears. I don't want her to be sad. Seeing her wane, withdrawn, her lower lips trembling is breaking my heart. I can't stand it. How could her mother abandon her like this? Just be a cruel, heartless person. When I see her, if I see her, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I'll straight up right to her and tell her. Hello, hello, is anyone there? I'm so sorry to bother you, but it's cold and wet out here and I can't help myself. Oh, I'm so worried. If you're here, please let me in. My name is Himuro. I'm looking for my daughter. Ooh la la. Tama's mother doesn't look quite like I imagined her. I was picturing a grumpy, ill-tempered woman like an evil stepmother from a fairy tale. I like how he's like, I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind, and she's like hot. And he's like, I don't know, mistakes happen, you know. The actual woman in my apartment kneeling at my low wooden table is completely opposite of that. Tama's mother, Himuru, did she say her name was, is hardly evil, twisted old stepmother. For one thing, she's Tama's birth mother, and for another, there aren't any wrinkles or gray hairs. She might be some purplish bangs that doesn't look like bruises beneath her eye. Wait, what? It looks like bruises beneath her eyes, and her skin might be a touch too pale. But other than that, she doesn't look like a day over 25. She's probably around the same age I am, maybe a couple of years older, give or take. Can't exactly call her fresh-faced. She looks too tired for that, but there's something kind of soft about her, I guess. If I had to sum up her looks in a single word, it would be pretty. She's not breathtaking, ridiculously gorgeous like a Hollywood actress on the big screen, but I kind of prefer that. It makes her seem more approachable. And besides, most people don't have teams of makeup artists to follow them around all day. We can't aspire to be Scarlett Johansson. That's not realistic. Himuru sips the green tea I served her in a measured, ladylike way. Her lips, she's wearing lipstick, pressed against the rim of the cup like two flower petals. Her emotions are very graceful, and watching her drink is starting to make me feel thirsty. Yes, thirsty in several ways, I'm sure. She'd probably boost sales if she appeared in adverts. Why didn't I make myself an extra cup of tea anyway? I guess I got so caught up in Scarlett Johansson's down-to-earth beauty, I forgot. Mama, I missed you. Tama leans on her mother's side, nuzzling her head against her shoulder like a little lion cub. Tama. Himuru's tired eyes, which look older than the rest of her face, crinkle in relief. She sets her cup of tea on the table with a well-practiced motion. Did she study tea ceremony as a kid or something? What's with the perfect poise? She smiles at her daughter. I'm sorry I got back so late, I really am. You must have been worried sick. It's okay, Mama, I wasn't worried, not one bit. That little liar. Himura looks just as skeptical as I am because she purses her lips together and frowns. Are you sure you weren't worried? Well, maybe a little, but I was lonely. I wasn't lonely. I was with Mitsuki the whole time. Mitsuki, you mean? Mr. Tanimura. Ah, that's me. You can just call me Mitsuki. Mr. Tanimura sounds kind of, Oh, I see. Mitsuki, is it? Mitsuki. Somehow the transition from family name to given name feels far too fast. I've only known you for 5 minutes. Don't you think we should slow things down a notch? That's what I wanted to say, but since I'm one who suggested we eschew formalities in the first place, it would probably sound ridiculous. Hey, Mitsuki. Thomas, still glued to her mother's side like a kernel of sticky rice, blinks at me curiously. Your face has gone all red. Oh, it has. Yeah, did you get sunburned or something? No, I'm fine. Maybe I should change the subject. That sounds pretty good right about now. So, Himuru. If you want me to call you Mitsuki, you should probably use my given name too. It would feel awkward otherwise. I don't mind either way, but if it would make you feel more comfortable then, I don't mind really. With a small, soft smile, Himura brushes a few strands of dark hair behind her ear. I'm Kyoko. Kyoko. I taste her name on my tongue. I'm sure I'll be tasting other things later. I'm screwing around. Kyoko is a pretty name, pretty normal name. In fact, it's so benign it might be disappointing, but I think it suits her. Himuru Kyoko. I guess that would make her daughter Himuru Tama. I know Kyoko is a bit old-fashioned now, but my parents have always been rather traditional, you see. It's starting to pick up a little bit now that the mom's here. Like, I mean, not that I didn't like the part where I was taking care of the kid, it was cute, but like, they spent way too much time talking about rice. I mean, so, anyway. Purple hair I just woke up from a nap. What game is this, Noel? Hey, Arrow. It's the language of love. Like the one that keeps freezing when we like play. You know? So we've gotten to the point where like the mom is in my apartment. So and now we're like, you know, chit chatting. So I'm a little ashamed that she managed to figure me out. My thoughts that transparent, and I hurriedly tried to reassure her. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Kyoko. I think it's pretty. Oh, you do? Yeah, that name suits you. I mean, you're pretty too. Oh, smooth, man. There you go. Then when I realized what I've said, my face turns pale. Probably should have kept that part down low. I don't want Kyoko to think I'm being too forward. And yet, to my relief, yeah. Kyoko places one hand on her mouth and her fingers curl together and giggles. She's laughing at me, as if I couldn't be any more. It's gonna be any more embarrassing. Mama, why are you laughing, Mama? Did Mitsuki say something funny? It's nothing really. I just, I'm sorry, Mitsuki. I wasn't laughing at you. I just thought it was rather charming how earnest you were. Well, thanks. I was worried you'd get mad at me. Why would I do a thing like that? I don't know. We're total strangers after all, and I guess I'm being a bit forward. Maybe, but if you live in this apartment, that would make us neighbors, sort of. I'd be happy if we could get along in the future, and I'm glad you think I'm pretty. No problem. So Tama's your daughter, huh? That's right. Tama's my precious daughter, and I love her a lot. I was so worried about her, but it seems my worries were in vain. Thank you for caring for her, Mitsuki. It's no problem. Anybody would have done the same thing. I'm not so sure about that. People can be rather uncaring. Tom and I lived in this apartment block for many years, but I still haven't made any friends here. Most people look the other way when they see us. I'm sure they have their own lives to worry about, but a simple good morning would hardly hurt. Kyoko sighs and shakes her head. Well, I'm pleased it was a kind man like yourself who found Tama. I'm not sure what I would have done if I couldn't find her. I'm fine, Mama. Mitsuki was super nice to me. He helped me look for my key, and then he let me watch TV in his apartment, and then... Tama pauses and puffs out her cheeks in defiance, her arms folded. He bullied me a little, but I let him know I wasn't going to stand for that, and then he made me race to apologize. He bullied you? I dried her hair, or tried to. We got caught in the rain, and Tama was wet through. Oh, I see. Tama's quite stubborn about things like that. She hates having baths, too. I found that out the hard way. She was squirming so much, she nearly put out one of my eyes. I apologize on my daughter's behalf, though that must have been funny to watch. I wonder if Kyoko usually laughs this often. She doesn't look like the type. She must be relieved that Tama's alright. I can tell at a glance that Kyoko really does love her daughter. That being the case, why did she leave Tama on her own for so long? She was gone for 4 hours. Perhaps Kyoko notices the crease in my brow. She sighs softly, her gentle laughter evaporating like morning dew. I didn't mean to be gone for so long. A simple trip to the supermarket turned into quite the ordeal. I picked up Tama from school. When my shift at work finished, I was planning to make her beef over rice. We'd run out of beef and ginger. I don't like leaving Tama on her own, but she was tired and she said she wanted to stay and watch TV. I thought about bringing her with me, but I didn't want to disrupt her. That probably led to a temper tantrum. I told myself it didn't matter, I'd only be gone for a few minutes. The plaintive expression on Kyoko's face told me this isn't what happened. Well, that and the fact that Tom was crying in the playground a few hours ago. Alright, why was she gone for so long? On the way to the convenience store, there was an incident. The long pause before she settles on the word incident piques my interest, and I lean against the table curious. What happened? Oh, I'm making it sound worse than it was. I'm alright. Really, though it was a bit shaken at the time. You see, a man bumped into me when I was waiting to cross the road. I didn't think it was anything serious at first, just a simple mistake, but then I looked down and realized my bag had gone missing. You mean he stole it? That's right, but don't worry, he didn't hurt me. I was so shocked I couldn't move. I stood there frozen and shouted, "Wait, thief, he's taken my bag." Looking back on it, it's a little embarrassing. Normally I would never dream of causing a scene like that, especially in public. Well, he stole your stuff, but it was the only way to stop the thief. I knew I'd never be able to catch him on my own. My bag had my phone and my wallet and my keys inside. You were right to shout out. You shouldn't have to worry about inconveniencing other people. You were the one who was inconvenienced. Though inconvenience might be something of an understatement. So what happened next? Was the guy caught? That's right. A kind passerby heard my cries, saw the perpetrator running away, and she deduced what had happened. She restrained the thief and got my bag back. I would have been content to let it go at that, but I needed my groceries and I was worried about Tama. But the woman helped me and called the police. Kyoko sighs. I appreciate her help, but of course I wish she hadn't bothered. I had to wait until the police arrived on the scene, and then they took me back to the nearest station so I could write out a statement. It all took a very long time, and I was exhausted by the end of it. So I kept looking at the clock, wondering when I could leave. I kept thinking about Tama all by herself waiting for me. I was so worried. If you knew you were going to be gone for so long, couldn't you have called somebody to look after Tama? Oh, I would have, but I don't know anybody who'd be willing to lend a hand. What about your parents? Wouldn't they help you? My parents. Oh, no. Kyoko laughs bitterly. My mother might, perhaps, if she weren't wedged so firmly under my father's thumb. But it doesn't matter. The two of them live in Shizuoka. It's too far away. What about your friends? If I had friends, of course, I would have asked them to look after my little girl. But like I said, everyone in this apartment avoids me like I'm some kind of leper. My work colleagues and mothers who drop their kids off at Tama's school aren't much better. I see. Does that mean Kyoko and Tama are all alone out here? Perhaps we aren't so dissimilar after all. Okay, so I'm going to save at this point here. So I think we kind of see where this is going here. Wait, stop. Wait, Okay, here we go. All right. That was an ordeal. Not an ordeal in a bad way, but that took a lot longer than I expected here. What time is it? It's like almost 2 o'clock. All right, we have time for like a quick international channel tape, and then we'll wrap it up. So normally, whenever I try to play that game, it always French is the language of love. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see what we got here. Do someone's live stream. I don't even know what this is. Okay, tape time. What do we got here?
No, that's a jingle bell.
All right, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Very good.
I'm gonna go to my room and just wait for my body to die.
Oh, come on, B. Why? I just can't be that dumb.
Well, is this not my room?
What do you think?
What?
I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. All right, we gotta fast forward this because I'm sure we'll get in trouble for watching it. All right, fast forwarding here. I really do need to go to bed soon. That Language of Love game really took longer than I expected. I kept wanting to see what was... Oh, that's the end of the tape. I kept wanting to see what was going to happen, you know, like, with that girl's mom. Because I figured she'd, like, come in at some point, so... But it took a long time to get there. They really spent a lot of time talking about sniffles and rice. But, you know, it is what it is, so... I'm just going to grab another random tape and just see what we got here. This is a tape of Tarzan I taped over. Do. Hang on a sec, guys. Those of you who've stuck with the stream till 2 o'clock in the morning. So this is when I taped a website and listened to anime music on it, like. So there's, yeah, I think this website was like Italian. This is like how I used to listen to like the full versions of the closings and openings to animes on this website. This is the closing to Hokuto no Ken 2. You can think of this as like the closing credits to our live stream. I don't like love, 'cause I love you. This really is a pretty anime song. This is one of my favorite closing credits. Looking at looking at Fist of the North Star, I need to get my entry going for the 18th silent manga competition. I think the deadline for that is January, so I gotta get cracking. I might do a boxing manga. I have a story that I've experienced that I think might make a good manga. We'll see how it goes. At least for a one shot, you know. Yeah, there's the MP3 player right there. I should upload this. This is just an interesting thing. Just listening, the VHS taping an old website, playing anime music. Nice. Okay, guys, I think that's going to wrap things up for this live stream. It's wow, almost 200 minutes. I don't even know what that transfers into, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to bed. So thank you if you decided to stick with the stream this long. And if you end up watching the rest of this in your own time, when it's not 2 o'clock in the morning, I hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, guys, my name is Noel. You take care, and I will see you in the near future for more live streaming fun and excitement. Bye-bye.